A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English. That's so much fun. English education for you and everyone, so come along. Learn some grammar, learn a phrase, learn something new every day. Learn the A+ way. Hey, it's time to start the show. Are you ready? Good, 'cause here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to A+ English. I'm Pat.
And I'm Elsie.
So today we're looking for or reading about some news that happened earlier this year in London, in England, of course. I'm not from London. I am from England. But before we start the news, let's look at our warm-up question. Do you ever feel afraid on the streets?
你有没有觉得在街上会感到害怕？ I never feel afraid on the streets in Taiwan. I think they're pretty safe to walk on at night, even at night.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. It's even as a woman, because it's different for men and women, obviously.
Even for a woman, yes.
Okay. I would feel very safe in Taiwan. In the UK, it would depend where I am. In my home city, in Nottingham, there are areas where I would definitely not feel safe. And I would avoid them at night. But there are other areas where, no problem, fine. I have been mugged. I have had people come out of the shadows with knives and take away my stuff. So I know it is dangerous and you do have to be careful. Of course, what happens in this story is even worse. I just lost a little bit of money because that's all I had. But what happened here is very nasty. So let's read through our article and find out more.
Londoners protest after woman's murder. Warm-up question. Do you ever feel afraid on the streets?
One day in March, Sarah Everard left her friend's house in London. She didn't have to go far, but she never made it home. Her friends and family put up signs, and police searched for a week. During that time, many women talked about their fears of walking at night. 10 days after Sarah disappeared, people met in a park to protest. They said women should not have to be afraid and careful on the streets. The police found Sarah Everard's body outside London. They arrested a police officer for killing Sarah. His trial will be in October.
Word power.
Search. Search. Stacy went to the park to search for her dog. Stacy went to the park to search for her dog. Fear. Fear. Most young children have a fear of the dark. Most young children have a fear of the dark. Disappear. Disappear. There was a family in this old house, but they all disappeared years ago. There was a family in this old house, but they all disappeared years ago. Body. Body. After Tracy's cat died, her dad took its body away for her. After Tracy's cat died, her dad took its body away for her.
认识字汇
Protest. 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 Arrest. Arrest. Trial. Trial.
So we're going to start off by looking at a word from our title, Londoners protest after woman's murder. The word is Londoner, and a Londoner is a person from London. Now, the word could be used to mean people who are living in London right now, or who were born there and now live somewhere else. So most of the people who protested in this article were from London, that's where they were born and grew up, but others were just people living there, so they'd kind of become Londoners.
Londoner 它代表的是伦敦人，那这些抗议的人当中啊，有伦敦人，也有只是居住在伦敦的一些居民。
So let's start the article and learn what this is all about. It says, one day in March, and that's March this year, 2021, Sarah Everard left her friend's house in London.
首先呢，我们先来看一下这个搭配时间的介系词用法。如果呢，你要搭配的是月或年，或者是月跟年都出现的话，那我们的介系词要用的是 in。那如果你要搭配的是特定的一天，像是节日、你的生日等等的，那我们的介系词要加的是 on。那我们先进到 Magic Box 听讲师讲解咯。
Magic Box
お元気ですか皆さん。相信大家都知道米豆子我非常害怕阳光，如果被照射到我可能就拜拜了。所以呢，我早上是不可能出现的。I can't show up in the morning。所以你会发现白天呢都找不到我因为呢我都待在我暗暗的箱子里面睡觉啦。I stay in the box until night。是的，我会在里头一直待到夜晚哦。除非在一些特定的时候，我还是会出来的。I might come out at some special times。就像我的お兄さん，如果真的需要我的帮助，我还是会出来哦。哇，讲了那么多，我看大家对我的作息更了若指掌了呢。不过你有发现到，我刚刚在描述不同时间的时候，也搭配了不一样的介系词吗？像是早上固定就会用 in the morning。除此之外呢 ，in 也常常用来跟季节月份、年份、世纪这些比较长的时段做搭配哦。My brother is always busy in winter。对因为天气冷的时候，大家都会需要炭火的，所以炭治郎お兄さん在冬天的时候总是忙着卖炭。常见的时间介系词还有 on 呢，后面呢会接的是一个确切的日子哦，像是说星期几日期或是节日。偷偷告诉大家一个秘密，你们一定不知道哦。My birthday is on December 28。没有错，就是在圣诞节后面3天哦。It's 3 days after Christmas。这边大家也可以用 after 表达什么时间之后，那 before 就代表之前。还有记得前面提到的 I stay in the box until night。Until 就有直到什么时间点的意思啦。最后再跟各位分享的这个是 at 这个介系词，也是超常见的。at 会用来表达比较短的时间，或是呢一天某个特定的时间点哦。例如说中午我们会说 at noon， 在晚上 at night， 在午夜 at midnight。当然呢还有几点几分这种，像是 I usually wake up at 6 p.m. 是的，你没有听错哦，通常米豆子都是在晚上6点起床的。只要天一暗，我就可以醒过来啦。以上这些常见的搭配时间的介系词，大家快点套用到句子里试试看吧。
So when we're talking about months, we use in. I was born in August. But for days, we use on. I'll see you on Tuesday.
那课文说到的是3月的某一天 Sarah 离开了她朋友在伦敦的家。
Next in the article, it says, she didn't have to go far, but she never made it home.
Make it 这个片语呢，代表的是按时赶到或者是成功抵达。
To make it, you successfully get somewhere. For example, we could say, the traffic was bad, so I didn't make it home until 8 p.m. Make it can also mean to succeed. I've made it as a singer, but it also can mean survive.
make it 也可以当作成功或者是生存下来来表示。那课文说他不用走太远，但是他从来没有成功到达他的家。What happened to her?
Well, the article says her friends and family put up signs and police searched for a week.
To put up something 代表是挂出、张贴出某些讯息，所以这里是 put up signs 张贴出告示。
So put things up means to put these things, whatever they are, signs, posters, to put them on walls, on doors, maybe street light, the big posts, anywhere where they'll be seen by people on the street. And you do this when you want the public's help or you want to advertise something. So you'd put up posters of a missing cat or dog, maybe someone can call you, or you'd put up posters about a show so people will come to the show. And so friends and family did this while police searched.
没错，看到告示之后啊，还有就是警察也加入了搜索的行列。Search 这个动词呢，代表搜寻、搜索或是搜查。Search a place 代表就是在某处搜索，像是 The police searched the house for the missing girl 代表警方在房子里面搜索失踪的女孩。那 search for somebody or something 代表的就是搜索某人或某物。For example, they're still searching for survivors 代表他们还在搜索生还者。那另外 search the internet for something 代表你在网路上搜索一些讯息。For example, I searched the internet for more information. 那课文例句给的是呢 Stacy went to the park to search for her dog. 她去公园搜索她的狗狗。
So to search for means to look for, but in a very thorough, detailed way. You don't just have a quick look, you look everywhere, and you look hard. If you lose your phone, you wouldn't just go, where is it? Oh, never mind. You would search everywhere for it. Oh, is it under the sofa? Is it in my bag? Did I wash it in my jeans? Where is it?
那这里呢，他的朋友和家人们，也就是 Sarah 的朋友和家人们，张贴告示，警方呢也搜索了1个星期。
So back to the article, which says, during that time, many women talked about their fears of walking at night.
Fear 是个名词哦，代表害怕、恐惧。那同样可以表达你情绪的名词有哪一些呢？像是 anger 愤怒 happiness 快乐 sadness 难过悲伤 surprise 惊讶惊喜或是 excitement 兴奋，这些都是能够表达情绪的名词。那某人最大的恐惧，它是 somebody's worst fear. So Pat, what is your worst fear?
I think anybody who's listened to A+ for a long time knows full well that it's spiders.
Spiders 蜘蛛，对不对？好，再来，如果我们要表示的是以免某事发生，我们可以用 for fear that 加上子句，或者是 for fear of 加上 VING. So for example, for fear of making her mom angry, she decided not to go out tonight. 她今晚决定不出门，以免妈妈生气。那课文的例句给的是呢 Most young children have a fear of the dark. 大多数的孩童都会怕黑。
My son's not too bothered, actually. We don't put a light in his room at the moment. He doesn't seem to mind. But he does like to go to sleep with one of us in there with him. So we're not quite leaving him completely alone to sleep just yet. But he is very young. So a fear is something you're scared of. So we can use plural here if you have more than one fear. You could say, I need to face my fears, more than one. For example, your fear of failing might stop you from trying something, but don't let it. Your fear of flying might mean you never get on a plane.
那回到课文来，在那个时候啊，很多女性呢都会谈论到她们晚上在街上行走的恐惧。
Yeah, they basically said, the streets are dangerous. We're afraid to walk out at night. The government, the police, they need to make this city a safer place. And yeah, there are very dangerous areas in London. As with most UK cities, there are places you just don't go alone at night and so on. So next in the article, it says, 10 days after Sarah disappeared, people met in a park to protest.
Disappear 这个动词呢，代表找不到或是失踪。So we can say the rabbit disappeared as if by magic， 代表兔子如魔法般的消失了。那 disappear without trace 代表的是它消失的无影无踪。相反字，我们就把字首的 dis 拿掉，变成 appear， 所以我们可以说 He suddenly appeared out of nowhere， 他突然不知道从哪里冒出来。那课文例句给的是呢There was a family in this old house, but they all disappeared years ago. 在这间老房子里面，曾经有一户家庭，但是他们数年前全部都失踪了。
Very mysterious, as it often is when someone disappears, because to disappear means you can't be seen anymore. No one knows where you are. You're just gone. People can search, but no one can find you. Now, after Sarah disappeared,People protested.
Protest 这个动词呢，代表的是抗议、反对。
To protest is when you and other people get together to show the government or someone else that you're not happy about something. You gather somewhere or walk somewhere together, often holding signs. Now, this can be called a protest, so the word can be a noun as well as a verb.
没错 protest 这个字呢，可以当动词，也可以当名词。那在我们的课文当中，我们当的是动词来用。所以呢 Sarah 消失了10天之后，人们聚集在公园里面抗议。
The article continues, they, these people, particularly women, they said women should not have to be afraid and careful on the streets.
抗议的人们表示呢，女性不应该害怕或是很小心翼翼的在街上行走。
So the story now kind of takes the sad turn. Next we see the police found Sarah Everard's body outside London.
这里的 body 指的是尸体哦，是一个 dead body。那另外呢 body 当然可以指的是活人的身体，没有问题的，好像是 human body 人体，或者是 body parts 人体的部位。那还有我们认得的不定代名词里面有 body 这个字，像是 somebody 某人， anybody任何人， everybody 所有人，还有就是 nobody 没有人。那课文例句给的是呢 After Tracy's cat died, her dad took its body away for her. 在 Tracy 的猫死掉之后，她的爸爸替她将尸体移走。
So of course we can use our body to mean our arms, legs, chest, head, everything together, but here we mean a dead body, what's left after people die.
警方呢，在伦敦外面找到了 Sarah 的尸体。So Sarah is dead.
Unfortunately, yes. And the article continues, they, so that's the police, arrested a police officer for killing Sarah.
Arrest 过去式是 arrested， 代表逮捕、拘捕。
So this is even worse. It was actually a police officer who, the ones who were supposed to protect people was actually, or they think is the killer. They arrested this person. When police officers arrest someone, this is saying kind of officially, they think this person did the crime and the police are going to watch them or keep them in a jail until they know for sure whether this person did or did not do the crime. Now, the police need to have a pretty good idea that someone did the crime before they arrest them. They've got to have a strong suspicion, maybe a little bit of evidence. If they don't have it, then they probably won't arrest that person. They need at least something to show, yeah, we can arrest you, hold you in this jail until we know for sure.
那 arrest 除了当作动词之外，还可以当名词哦。所以像是你看电影啦、美剧，或是英国的一些电视剧，警方要抓到这个犯人的时候，可能会对他喊 You are under arrest， 代表你被逮捕了。那课文这边说到啊，他们以杀害 Sarah 为名，逮捕了一名警察。
And here's what happened next. His trial, so this police officer they think killed Sarah, his trial will be in October.
Trial 这个名词呢，指的是审判、审讯或是审理，所以他的审判会在10月开始。
So a trial is when someone goes into court and either two lawyers or two groups of lawyers will argue and show evidence. And then either the judge or the jury, depending what the country's system is, will decide whether someone is guilty or not. So here we do hope that justice is served. If this police officer did kill Sarah, he gets punished. More importantly, we do hope the streets of London become safer. Like we say in the article, women should not be afraid to walk around at night. They should not just have to be careful because the place is dangerous. The place should be made less dangerous. And we'll leave you with those thoughts and go to today's review time activity.
Review time.
So we've got 4 word power words today, and we're going to review them by having some sentences read out, but with a blank, and we'll fill the missing space with a word. So I will start. The police found a dead blank and want to know what happened.
警方找到一个死的什么东西，然后想要知道到底发生了什么事情。警方找到 a dead body?
Yes, we would say dead body just for clarity that there's a dead person. Okay, you want to hit me with one?
Okay. The magician blank, and no one could find him.
Okay, the magician blank. We had a couple of verbs in our article. The magician didn't search because no one could find him. If no one can find him, he disappeared.
That's right.
Yeah, this is a trick magicians do. They'll do something and then boom, they're gone. Like,
Yeah.
where did he go? And then they appear, which is just the opposite, somewhere else. All right, one for you. This is something you might say, oh no, I've lost my keys. Please help me blank for them.
丢掉钥匙了，麻烦帮我干嘛呢？ Blank for them. 这里要放的也是个动词，而且要放原形，因为前面出现了 help, 所以我们要放的是 search.
Yeah, we
Search.
could say help me look for them. That would be correct. But by saying search, we mean look more carefully. Look everywhere. Don't just go, nope, they're not on the table. I want you to look everywhere, under the table, in the kitchen, all over the house. All right, last one then from you.
The friends shared their blank about not being able to find a job.
Okay, now we only have one word power left, so I know it's fear or fears. You could do plural or singular here, but friends plural probably means fears plural. So we'll say fears. And this is a fear. You go, well, what if I can't find a job? I've just left university, but I need to get work. I need to make money. So I've got fears about not being able to find a job. I'm worried that it might not happen. So that's why you might have this kind of fear. Okay, that's all we have time for today. Thanks for listening, everybody. Stay safe when you're outside for all kinds of reasons. For A+ English, I'm Pat.
I'm Elsie. Stay safe.
Talk to you again soon. Bye.
Bye.
Londoners protest after woman's murder. Warm-up question. Do you ever feel afraid on the streets?
One day in March, Sarah Everard left her friend's house in London. She didn't have to go far, but she never made it home. Her friends and family put up signs, and police searched for a week. During that time, many women talked about their fears of walking at night. 10 days after Sarah disappeared, people met in a park to protest. They said women should not have to be afraid and careful on the streets. The police found Sarah Everard's body outside London. They arrested a police officer for killing Sarah. His trial will be in October.
Word power.
Search. Search. Stacy went to the park to search for her dog. Stacy went to the park to search for her dog. Fear. Fear. Most young children have a fear of the dark. Most young children have a fear of the dark. Disappear, disappear. There was a family in this old house, but they all disappeared years ago. There was a family in this old house, but they all disappeared years ago. Body, body. After Tracy's cat died, her dad took its body away for her. After Tracy's cat died, her dad took its body away for her.
认识字汇
Protest, 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 protest. Arrest, arrest. Trial, trial.